How's it going, everybody? If you could, for me, like, comment, subscribe on the channel. I'm going to try to get more reviews out uh, as frequently as I can. So, apologize my throat. So, I'm going to be reviewing the TV show that just came out earlier this year, The Last of Us. Stars Pedro Pascal as Joel, Bella Ramsey as Ellie, and uh, and Gabriel Luna as Tommy. Gabriel Luna or Gabriel Luna as Tommy, and Storm Reed also shows up in here as well. Uh, So I will say, so this is a show based on really popular video game series. Came out back in, I think, 2014. There were two games. I actually owned the first game for the PlayStation 4, which was the remake, so or the remaster. But the PlayStation 3 remaster. So. Sorry, my throat will not get right today. So, this is a movie. This is a TV show based on a video game. And what I think is interesting is this was actually written by one of the original writers from Naughty Dog. I think his Neil Druckmann. I believe is that him. I'm sorry, my throat's not coming together today, so I'm probably be clearing my throat a lot throughout the review. But yeah, this is pretty much like a post-apocalyptic, TV show. And if you play the games, you probably know that this is a post-apocalyptic film or show, and yeah, Neil Druckmann is the writer, and he was a director on this too. I was trying to remember there was two writers on here. Bruce Straley, thank you, Bruce Straley and Neil Druckmann. I couldn't remember the other guy's name. And actually, no, this is the game. I do apologize for that, people. Craig Mazin was the other writer of this show. The creators was Craig Mazin and Neil Druckmann from Naughty Dog. Neil Druckmann is from Naughty Dog. Craig Mazin, I don't believe, was from Naughty Dog, but I just think it was really interesting to get a Naughty Dog writer on this project, because for those who don't really know about video games like that, or those even who do, Naughty Dog is mostly known for their storytelling. I mean, yeah, they do a lot of they do video games and stuff too, but the Uncharted games, the Last of Us games, they're mostly known for their video game company that's well known for their storytelling. And when I first heard that they were supposed to be doing a Last of Us TV show, I was 100% against it, because the video game itself is a movie, essentially. I mean, it's a movie you play, but essentially it is a movie. The only difference now is you're doing what every video game movie does, is you're taking away my ability to play the game and actually watch the movie or watch this TV show and go along with it. So, but I heard the original writer from Naughty Dog was coming in. The guy who wrote Chernobyl, which I never saw Chernobyl, but I heard Chernobyl is actually good. He was supposed to be coming in and also helping write. He won an Academy Award for Chernobyl. And that was pretty much a post-apocalyptic show within itself. So, this is pretty much right up Craig Mazin's alley. But I was still kind of against it. you know, I had my doubts and my reservations. So I am glad to honestly say I was not worried about this. Saw this is actually a really good show. Uh, no, this is really good. So I really like. So one thing I do like is uh, the characters in this are so well written, and I think like that's all I ask for in a TV show. Even if you're gonna make changes, which there are changes made in this show from the video game that I didn't, that I immediately caught because it was like that wasn't in the video game. But even the stuff that wasn't in the video game in this show was done so well. Um, Honestly, I feel like, and maybe it's because Neil Druckmann was given because he wrote the game also, so maybe he had ideas that would further enhance the story and make it a lot better. He said put it in the show because there are some things in this show that, like I said, that's more. I feel like that's more expanded on in the TV show than it was in the game. Like seriously, um, there are some backstories that they go over. Um, you know, there's the controversial third episode, which I won't talk about. I believe if I talk about that episode, I'm going to spoil it. Just watch it for yourself. But I will say the third episode was not even in the video game, and it was still very well done. Because I know a lot of people were talking about that third episode, and I watched it, um, and I was pleasantly surprised. Man, I was really into the aspect and the idea of the third episode. It was kind of cool, and it was still done so well. Uh, it may not be like my cup of tea in terms of its content, but at the same time, though, I really thought that third episode was just so well done. Uh, you know, I have to be unbiased, and I'm really unbiased. It was a really good episode. Uh, yeah, man. This is the acting is on point. I really like the dialogue. I was laughing at a lot of things in here. Uh, I like the dynamic between Joel and Ellie, played by Pedro Pascal, and Bella Ramsey. I really love just their dynamic throughout the entire thing. Because even though they're not really related in the show, uh, and in the game they weren't really related neither, but their dynamic, just the way they bounce off of each other is amazing. I really just overall, man, it's just a really well written show. It is, and just like the video game, it's really depressing. It's a very depressing show. Uh, because it's one of those post-apocalyptic films where there's just no, or shows even, where you don't feel like there's any hope. Just when things are starting to look up, something happens to just shatter your hopes. And it's throughout this show, man. There are a lot of post-apocalyptic shows out there, but I think The Last of Us just does it so well. Uh, Reminds me of The Road in a lot of ways. I don't know if you saw The Road back in 2009 as a post-apocalyptic movie, and it starred Viggo Mortensen and Charlize Theron. But and then just I've always had this thing for video game properties being made to movies, made into shows. Uh, if this is the level of video game movies slash TV shows we're gonna get, keep them coming. This is this shocked me at how good it was. From the first episode to the last episode. No, I was really invested. Uh, I mean, I know. I've heard complaints from people that the last episode was kind of rushed. I feel like, okay, so I just feel like the show was so good up until that point, and even then, when it got to that point, it was still good. I mean, you still got everything that this show had warranted, and honestly, um, because the last episode that happened in the game too, that really happened in the game. So, like, and again, I'm not gonna ruin anything, especially if you haven't played the game or you haven't even seen the show. But this is a high recommend. This is definitely a high recommended film. Or show. Like I said, the writing is superb. The acting is superb. The filming is superb. Uh, just everything in here is really good. I didn't really have too many complaints about this one, so that's why I'm giving it a high recommend. If you have not seen this show yet, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know why you're waiting for so long, especially if you have an HBO Max subscription. Uh, get a subscription. If you don't have one, get a subscription for this show. Like, seriously, this show is worth it. Every episode, there's a tense moment. There's a bunch of heart. There's a bunch of emotion in this show. Uh, Characters. You feel really bad for. As rough. And again, like, even if you haven't played the video game, there's not a lot of people going like, well, if I haven't played the video game, am I gonna like this show? Yes. I actually ran into someone at my old job, and they said they saw it and they didn't even know this was based on a video game, but they loved it. This is just a very well done show. Uh, so, and I know we're on a writer's strike right now too, sadly. So I don't know if we're going to get a season 2 or not, or it just might be a delayed process. But these are the type of TV shows I look forward to. So again, I know I went on a long tangent, but high recommend for me. High recommend. High recommend. Go see this. If you're not doing anything, go watch this show. Show's amazing. So again, if you like my review, like, comment, subscribe. Um, did you think? If you think I'm crazy and you thought this show sucked, um, you really hated episode 3 because it had nothing to do with the game. You really hated a lot of things in this that I really liked. Yeah, like I said, definitely comment and give me your thoughts. Tell me what you thought about this show. So I'll definitely have more coming as well too. I appreciate those watching the channel, and check me out for some more reviews, and I'll see you next video. Peace.